Hello, and welcome to our first lesson on our equations unit. So last unit we talked about expressions, so variables and numbers and combining like terms and all that good stuff. So to this unit, we're going to be taking to the next level, and we're going to take in those expressions and we're going to be setting them equal to amounts and solving for those variables. So first off, what is an equation? An equation is two quantities that are equal. So we have this expression over here equal to a quantity over here. And we're going to figure out how to balance an equation to get the variable by itself so that we know that what it's equal to. So you might be able to look at that equation, x plus 2 equals 6, and know that 4 plus 2 equals 6. But we're going to have some equations with negatives and maybe some fractions and decimals in it that might not be as easy to see. So let's get into how do we balance an equation. So we're going to be talking today with specifically addition and subtraction equations. We're going to talk about more later in the year, but how do we balance them? We use two properties called the subtraction property of equality and the addition property of equality. What these say is that if you add or subtract the same number from both sides of an equation, it will remain equal. It's like balancing a scale. So if I have a scale that's equal and I take away 2 pounds here and 2 pounds here, it's still equal, right? Or if I add 2 pounds, it is still equal. That's what that property says. So let's take a look at a couple examples. So here we have, and with equations, I always draw a line to show that this half of the scale is equal to this half of the scale, right? Because it says it's equal right there. So y plus 6 equals 9. So to balance this scale, to get the y by itself, I have to undo what's being done to the y. So currently it's y plus 6. So to get the y by itself, I need to undo plus 6. The opposite of plus 6 is to minus 6. So we're going to take away 6 from this, and if I do it to one side, I need to do it to both sides. So 6 minus 6 cancels out to be 0. What's left over here? Y. 9 minus 6 is 3. That is my solutions. Now let's check it. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Good. Let's try another one. This says x plus 3 equals 1. All right, so what's happening to my x? Plus 3. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. 3 minus 3 is 0. X comes down. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Remember, you can use your calculator to check your answer, to check, make sure your work's coming out right. Let's check it. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. That is true. Let's try again. Now, the variable's on the other side of the equation. That's okay. It's still a scale, still balanced. Negative 3 equals a plus 4. Now, the plus 4 is over here. That's okay. So we're still adding 4 to a variable. The opposite of plus 4, oops, I wrote a plus, is minus 4 to both sides. Notice I'm always doing it to both sides. I have to do it to both sides or else it won't be equal. So these cancel. Negative 3 minus 4 is actually negative 7. Be careful with your integer rules. I crossed off my number by accident. It's a negative 7. Let's check it out. Negative 7 plus 4 is indeed negative 3. Okay, check it with your calculator. Make sure your answers make sense. With equations, there's no excuse to have a wrong answer because you can always check your answer 100% of the time. Now, let's play around with a word problem. The highest recorded temperature in Warsaw, Missouri is 118 degrees. This is 158 degrees greater than the lowest temperature. Find the lowest recorded temperature in. All right, so we have 118 degrees. This is 158 degrees greater than the low temperature. So how do we get rid of this positive 158? We take it away. Whoops, that's supposed to be an 8. Minus 158. So we take the high temperature minus the difference between the two. Cancels out. X equals 115 minus 158. Okay, so I'm having trouble doing that in my head, so I'm going to have to reverse it. Knowing that my answer has to be negative. 43 degrees. Negative. And there you have it. We'll be back in our second part for subtraction.